This is a demonstration of lifting. Lifting involves a few steps. First step is to paint a light color. When that's dry, glaze a darker color on top. Then you will take a small brush and wipe away part of the darker layer to reveal the lighter layer underneath. Lifting is really useful for lots of different situations with painting where maybe you need to make something lighter than what you have currently. To do your lifting, you want to paint a layer and let it dry. So I've already painted this yellow and it's nice and dry, so I'm ready to go with the next step. Make sure you have a small brush to do the lifting and plenty of paper towel. Paper towel is really important because you're going to be pulling a lot of the paint off of the brush. Okay, so I'm going to start with this orange color. This is going to be the second layer. It's a bit darker than the yellow. And I'm just going to paint this over the surface of the yellow. Now when you start doing the lifting, this can be done on dry paint or wet paint. I'm going to do it on wet paint for this demonstration. The same thing can work for dry paint. One thing to watch out for is that some colors don't lift very well. Black does not lift well, and the darker green that we have, that also is not a good candidate for lifting. Okay, so once I have that second layer down, I'm going to use my brush. The first thing I want to do is to just get it wet. So I'm just rinsing it in some water and blotting it so it's not too wet. I'm going to use the brush and just very carefully paint a line through it. With the wet paint, it comes off really easily. If it's dry paint, you have to re-wet it. So you're just carefully getting the paint wet again, and then wipe it on your paper towel, and then go back and lift the paint off. So the process goes like this: wet brush, damp brush, drag it through the paint to re-wet it, wipe your brush off, go back and run it across one more time. It's that second pass that tends to pull up the paint. Rinse your brush in water, blot it dry so it's just damp. Paint across the area that you want to lift, wipe it off, paint it across again to pull up the paint. I'll do one more down here. So getting it wet, wipe it, one more time, pick up the paint. And that is lifting.